What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to the Counselor at Large channel. Today we're going to have a video. Actually, a lot of people might know about this event, the Sweet 16, that actually took place in Alabama recently, where there was a mass shooting that took place. 4 dead, including the person who was throwing the Sweet 16 party's brother, and multiple people injured. So let's get into it.
Another mass shooting, this one at a Sweet 16 birthday party. Many of the victims just teenagers. Authorities in Alabama say 4 people died, at least 15 wounded by gunfire. Some of the victims are in critical condition. Police rushed to the dance studio where the party was being held after gunfire erupted at the event.
First of all, it's a Sweet 16 party. What kind of beef and conflicts do the youth have at that age where you're ready to throw your life away and take another person's life? What happened to rules and regulations when it came to taking a life? Just because you're angry with somebody, it's time to take a life? Just because you felt disrespected, or like it's crazy, or just because they might have got kicked out of the party or weren't allowed to come to the party, it's time to take a life? What sense does that make? Where are they learning this stuff from? What happened to conflict resolution? And the problem is there's no conflict resolution being taught at a young age. So let's get into the rest of the story.
Victims were taken to several local hospitals where crowds waited for word on their conditions. One of those killed was a star on the local high school football team who dreamed of playing in the NFL. The incident is one of at least 9 mass shootings that took place in the United States on Saturday alone.
You know what? The sad part is a lot of these victims probably had nothing to do with whatever beef was going on between 2 other people. It's always the innocent people who are just there trying to have a good time. And you got some angry perpetrators who come back to a party or come back to a scene and want to just start shooting everywhere. This teenager had a very promising future. Now it's gone over a party, a dispute at a party. What sense does that make? Who's teaching these kids this is how you're supposed to resolve conflict?
So far this year, only 106 days into 2023, there have been at least 163 mass shootings in the U.S. Late today, President Biden called the recent violence outrageous and unacceptable. The president reminding Americans that guns are the leading killer of children in this country. ABC's Elwin Lopez leads us off tonight from Alabama.
Tonight, a Sweet 16 birthday party turning deadly in this small Alabama town.
Police have blocked off Broadneck Street in Dadeville.
4 killed and at least 15 others shot after gunfire erupted at the gathering, taking place at this dance hall.
What happened?
The hospital emergency unit here flooded, a crowd gathering outside. One hospital confirming most of the victims they received were teenagers, 5 of the patients in critical condition. One of those killed, 18-year-old Phil Dowdle, a promising football star set to play on a scholarship at Jacksonville State this fall, fatally shot at his sister's birthday party.
Phil is a...
Oh, he was the brother. Okay, I didn't know that. Your sister's celebrating her 16th birthday. You go to attend the birthday party. You lose your life. Over what? What is the dispute about? I can't wait till more of the facts come in and we see exactly why these idiots, cowards, trash of society who were not taught right will come and unload a gun at a Sweet 16 birthday party.
Humble, a major smile. He had one goal is to, get to the NFL and take his mom.
President Biden condemning the shooting in a statement today and repeating calls for gun control legislation, writing, "What has our nation come to when children cannot attend a birthday party without fear, when parents have to..."
How y'all feel about gun control? I mean, if the criminal's gonna get guns, they're gonna get guns either way. You know, we have to start with the human. We have to start with the person. We have to start with what is being manufactured out here, because humans are manufactured. They get manufactured from their environment and from the morals and the principles that they grow up on. So when are we going to instill some morals and principles into kids again, instead of saying, hey, let's blame the gun? No, let's blame the lack of conflict resolution skills. That is the problem out here. No one knows how to resolve a conflict without some type of aggression. I'm gonna get to that later.
Worry every time their kids walk out the door to school, to the movie theater, or to the park. Residents of this tight-knit community in disbelief.
Please do not let this moment define what you think about the city of Dadeville and our fine people. What we've dealt with is something that no community should have to endure.
According to the Gun Violence Archive, so far this year.
What about sympathy for the family? What happened to that? Or for the families that were, affected by the shooting? I don't know. Maybe he did say something. Maybe he just had a clip.
Has seen 163 mass shootings. That's an average of more than 1.5 a day, the most at this point of the year on record.
Just an astonishing record there. Elwyn Lopez joins us now from the scene of that shooting. Elwyn, what's the latest that you're hearing from authorities about potential suspects in the case?
And Lindsay, this community is still in shock. So far, police have released a few details. It is unclear who was behind that shooting, but at this point, authorities say that there is no risk to the public.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube.
All right. So let's get back to what I was saying. Basically, it's a lack of conflict resolution skills in society. And it starts at a young age. We have to start teaching these kids at a young age. Listen, you can resolve conflict without violence. I mean, that's all they see. That's all they grew up on. If you look at the movies, if you look at even the cartoons they watch growing up, it's very violent. And when they see anger in cartoons, or look at the video games they're playing, when somebody's angry, what do? They reach for a weapon. They're ready to fight. They're ready to fist fight. There's no examples of showing these adolescents and the youth and the young adults, oh, hey, we could talk this out. It don't have to go that far, as in someone pulling out a weapon. Skills that could be taught in elementary school, and maybe every couple of years to keep brushing up on it. So until when they get to adults, or to young adults, they won't be as impulsive, because that's really the issue, impulsivity. The kids these days are very impulsive. Even the adults are very impulsive. Like, as soon as something ticks them off, they just ready to pull out a gun and shoot somebody, kill somebody. Not thinking about, hey, I might go to prison for the rest of my life, or this person is a father, a son, a nephew, or a wife, or a daughter. No one's thinking about that no more. It's just me, my feelings, and how I'm going to release these feelings on you. And then after the smoke clears, then it's like, oh, now I'm going to prison for the rest of my life. So just teach regular skills. That's all we need to do, such as active listening skills, basically listening and actually comprehending what the person is saying, understanding what they're saying, instead of just listening to respond. Listen, using I statements as in I feel this way, not you make me feel this way. Because if you use the I statement, then you're not pushing blame on the other person. So the conflict won't escalate as much if you're not pushing so much blame on a person. Empathy. What happened to empathy? Putting yourself in a person's shoes. This is what needs to be taught at a young age. Taking a break. You don't have to finish a dispute right away. Hey, I'm a little heated. You a little heated. Let's talk about this tomorrow. We can bring a third person in. get this done. Comprehend. We're having a comprehending, skills such as that. Collaborate, comprehend, pick your battles. What happened to picking your battles? You can't win every battle. This is what I think the main problem is. The youth grew up winning every battle, very entitled, and they're not used to taking a loss. Participation trophies. Even if you did lose, you still got a reward, but that ain't like that in the real world. So when the real world comes and they lose in a certain situation or take an L, they don't know what to do. The emotions get high and they blow up. One of the biggest lessons in life is to learn how to take an L. The 48 powers. There's one of the powers is always make it seem as if your boss is more intelligent than you, or whoever's over you more intelligent, because it gives you the upper hand, because you're making them feel powerful and making them feel like good, or like they're supervising well. So you do that until you make your move to move up, in life. So sometimes you got to take an L to make a big win. Sometimes you got to take sometimes you got to pick a little L. Sometimes you got to take a little L to get a big W. And if you do that, and if you learn how to take an L, life is good. You got too much to lose out here to be being impulsive and shooting. That's what these teenagers need to know. Y'all young, they need to know that, hey, there's a lot of life ahead of 16, and that goes for everybody. Stop being so impulsive when it comes to your behaviors and when it comes to your response to feelings of anger and frustration, because anger and frustration are just secondary emotions anyway. And I'm gonna do a video on that. Anger is a secondary emotion. It's not a primary. You might be feeling embarrassed at the time, so anger comes. You might be feeling sad. Anger comes. You might be feeling worried. Anger comes. Everything anger is always a secondary emotion. So, well, that's today's episode of Counselor at Large. So, I'm going to maybe make another video, or chill out for the rest of the night. Hope you guys have a good night, and I'll see you guys on the next video.